Hello St Andrews, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our first week of spring term. Sorry that we can't be with you face to face this week, but I hope you're enjoying lots of lovely home learning and managing to access that okay. We're going to start as we do usually on a Monday assembly with our phrase of the week. And today, this week rather, it is Dumity. Okay, here you are. Dumity. Now this one you can practice with your parents around the house in lots of different places when you're passing them maybe knives and forks in the kitchen or toys. Be a good one to teach whoever you're living with. Okay, so we're going to start a new part of our REACH curriculum this week. Last term we talked a lot about respect and we reflected a lot on how to respect people and what good respect looks like. We're now moving on to the E part of our REACH curriculum, and E is for engaged. So when we're engaged, we are thinking about what we're doing and working hard in the activities that we are doing. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the strategies that help us to be good at being engaged. Okay, so we're going to talk about engagement in learning, and today we're mainly going to think about mindset, the way your mind is thinking and the way you are thinking, because your mindset is all about your attitude. It's all about the way you think about and feel about learning. Okay, to engage in our learning, we must believe that we can get better at something. So it's about how you can think and feel rather than what you can or cannot do. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail in a second. So quite a while ago, lots of people used to think that no matter how much work you do or how much you learn, you're not really going to get better and your intelligence stays the same. And scientists even said that you couldn't change how much you know or how much you can achieve. It's just basically you are the way you are, and no matter what happens, nothing changes. However, there's been a big change in that, and now people believe that anybody that can do well usually has a positive attitude. They think positively about things that they're doing. Okay, so people aren't born knowing everything about everything. But they're really good. People are generally really good at trying to do things when they're tricky and trying new things to make their work better. So that's what we're going to think about today. It's not what you're born with that matters, but it's your mindset that matters. It's your mindset. So there are some famous people that were born maybe into families where their parents weren't famous, or they weren't rich, or they didn't know everything about everything, yet they went on to be really famous people and do wonderful things. So J.K. Rowling, of course, wrote all the wonderful Harry Potter books, my absolute favourite. Walt Disney, Miss Richards' favourite, went on to he created Mickey Mouse and the whole of Disney World and all the lovely Disney films that we know and love so well. And then Michael Jordan is a very famous basketball player who said he had to make a lot of mistakes to finally get to where he got. And he missed lots of shots in the hoops before he actually became the person that he is today. So let's have a little look at this clip, and this is about making mistakes. Okay, this is about how you can change your mindset to not be worried about mistakes. I'm going to let you watch it and then we'll talk briefly about it afterwards. So I'll just share my screen with you.
I've never built a rocket before. Nor me. It says mix soda with vinegar and see what happens. I think it's our rocket fuel. Cool. I'll measure the baking soda. You do the vinegar. This should work.
It suggests we start with 10 grams. Is that the same as a spoonful?
I think so.
Here's the vinegar. 50 milliliters.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've measured it exactly. See?
Ignore him. He's worrying too much. Let's just see what happens, like we're supposed to. Come on, Caitlin. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Whoop. Look, I can't even get the balloon on. It's fizzing so much.
What happened?
I think we put too much powder in.
You mean you put too much powder in?
It was a mistake, but maybe we can learn from it. Isn't gas what you need for liftoff? Hey, look! The bubbles are keeping you up. I think it could be a good mistake.
Who ever heard of a good mistake? This is going to be a disaster. Careful, Tom. Don't put a foot wrong. Ah! Look out for the piranhas! Whoa! Better safe than sorry. You do what you like. I think I'll go and do some proper rocket research. You're right to leave Caitlin to it if she thinks mistakes are good. They didn't get to the moon by making mistakes. Too right.
Now for more vinegar. Okay. Remember what happened last time? Here come the bubbles. Look! At least we know our rocket will fly.
How did you do that?
I've been learning what works and what doesn't.
You missed out because you were too worried about making mistakes. Maybe you can learn from that mistake. What can I do to help?
Let's see if we can make the rocket go even higher.
Ready to launch. In goes the vinegar.
Here's the baking soda. I've rolled it in paper to stop it fizzing so quickly. I got the idea from Lucas.
Ah, cool. And now, let's try something a little different. Go on, Tom. Shake it. See what happens.
This could go horribly wrong.
Ignore the piranhas. Keep moving. Okay, Tom. Let's shake it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Wow!
Awesome.
I wasn't sure it would work. Shaking the bottle could have been a big mistake.
But it wasn't. It was a good mistake.
So as you could see there, making mistakes, particularly when you're learning, sometimes doesn't feel very nice, but actually it's not a bad thing. It's often a good thing, because if you're making mistakes, that's when you're doing your best learning. Okay, so just remember, there is no success without some failure. So sometimes you do have to make those big decisions and go for it. And then if you fail, that's when you learn from them. So don't ever give up. Make sure you learn from those mistakes so you don't make them again. Remember, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If you don't fail, then you aren't challenging yourself enough. Okay, if everything's too easy, Actually, are you learning anything? Probably not, because you're just doing the easy things, okay? Failure is about learning. What you need to do is believe in yourself. So we call this growth mindset, and I want you to just have a little think a minute about your mindset. Instead of saying, I can't do it, what could you say? Well, you could say, I can't do it yet. So maybe you can't do it, but that doesn't mean you're not ever going to be able to do it. So if something's tricky, it must mean you're learning. And if you make a mistake, you can try again, or you can ask somebody to explain it to you. I do that quite a bit with my friends in school sometimes. Ask them to explain things to me if I'm not quite sure. Another thing that you might find yourself saying is, I'll never be able to do this. What could you say instead of that? That's right. If I keep trying, I'll get better at it. I'll be happy when I learn how to do it. And even if I make a little improvement, that would be a big achievement for me today. Last of all, who thinks this sometimes? My friend is 1,000,000 times better at this than me. I think I've thought that a few times. Something we could say instead of that is, actually, my friend is really good at this. I wonder if they could show me how to do it. Everybody is good at different things. So that means that you're probably 1,000,000 times better at something that your friend isn't. Everybody's good at something. So have a think about this when you're doing your home learning today and for the rest of the week. Have a little think about which step you've reached today. Sometimes you might be at the bottom, but let's see if we can climb up. Okay, let's not do I won't do it. Let's think about doing I want to do it. I'll try to do it. And I'm sure in the end you absolutely will do it. Here are just some little prompts that help you know when you've got a good growth mindset. Okay, I can always improve. I can have a positive attitude. I'm not there yet, but I will be. I can achieve anything with a bit of effort. I can grow my brain. I can learn from my mistakes. Have a little think about those. Okay, I've asked your teachers to post through your Seesaw these episodes of Dojo doing different things at different times. It's all about growth mindset. It's all about learning from mistakes and the bits and pieces that we've talked about today. They might be worth you watching whilst you're at home and having a little think about, ready for when you come back to learning in the classroom. Okay, let's have a little bit of reflection time. Every time that you find something a little bit tricky this week, have a little think about using your growth mindset. Can you use your growth mindset? That's my challenge for you this week. Okay, time to say our prayer together. Diolch I ti am I byd. Diolch am ein ffrindiau. I gyd. Amen. Okay, everybody, that's it from me today. I'm really looking forward to seeing you very soon. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week and weekend, and we'll speak again soon. Ta bo chi.